Hello, I'm Christy of Pack Your Pixie Dust. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. This episode is going to be about dealing with allergies in the current times at Walt Disney World. If you have food allergies and you are going to eat at Walt Disney World restaurants, you want to know how to tackle this and how to handle it. The procedures have just started to change around property, and this video is going to help you make it easier to navigate. So as I've stated, I'm Christy, and I actually have dietary restrictions myself. I have celiac disease, which means that I am medically required to eat gluten-free. So if any of you are dining, I'm assuming you're dining with food allergies or food restrictions, or you wouldn't be watching this video, or you just already like me, and so you're watching it just to support me, which I appreciate. But this video is for people who need to learn about the procedures at Walt Disney World with allergies. So in the past, when you would make your dining reservation at 60 or even 100 days in advance, back when we did that, you would check off that you had a food restriction. If you were dairy-free and gluten-free, or if you were allergic to soy, or if you had any of those things, you would check that off, and then the restaurant would be aware of it in advance. The thing is that Disney has a lot to keep track of, and I think they're trying to streamline their process. Again, nobody's telling me this little fact, but this is my assumption at this time. They're putting the obligation on the diner to make sure that they're advocating for themselves and making sure they themselves are going to get the items that they need at the restaurant. So the prior procedure was that you would check off your allergies, and then you would get to the host stand, and then the hostess would have you confirm, yes, there's somebody with food allergies. How many menus do you need? Or they would ask, do you have any food allergies? And then they'd give you a menu. Now, Disney is changing that procedure. And I'm going to read to you from a server sent me this as to what the new procedure at Walt Disney World is. And I'm going to read it because I want to make sure that I'm saying it correctly. The policy is that unless a guest asks, we cannot hand out an allergy menu without verbal confirmation. The guest has to be the one to initiate the conversation unless clearly listed on the reservation, which we no longer are able to do. So back, if you had made the reservation more than 60 days ago, or at 60 days rather, you would check off and that was still in effect, but that is no longer in effect. The allergy option has been taken off My Disney Experience when doing mobile check-in. So you would have to confirm at the podium that there should be, that there is an allergy in your party. Now, our friends have had 2 dining experiences in the past week, and this video is being recorded the same week it's being posted. And in their circumstances, they asked for an allergy menu, like they told the host that they had an allergy. They asked for a menu, and then were told that your server would discuss allergies with you, would not give them an allergy menu at Disney restaurants, which had allergy menus. It just doesn't make any sense. So then they had to get taken to their table, wait for the server to arrive, and then ask for an allergy menu. And of course, this means that those guests are sitting there longer without having an allergy menu in front of them, without being able to peruse and see what they want to eat and what they want to order and things like that. Now, on the flip side, when I went to Trattoria al Forno yesterday, we were instantly given an allergy menu as we walked. Now, I had to say, or my husband said for me, we need an allergy menu when the hostess was going to seat us in the restaurant. And she immediately grabbed it, no problem, and then said, just let your server know. So the new policy would be that when you get to the check-in stand and they've called your name and they're going to seat you, you just say, I have an allergy, may I have an allergy menu? Walt Disney World owned restaurants, for the most part, have allergy menus. There's also something to note about these allergy menus. Allergy menus are going to list typically the items that, and it depends on the location, that can either be modified to handle that allergy or is already naturally able to handle that allergy. So a lot of times, if the menu is still listed with all of the regular offerings, regular is rough, right? But the way that they were originally intended. Let's say you want to order a steak sandwich at Geyser Point, for example. I love the steak sandwich. They do not list it on the allergy menu for gluten because the bread roll that is given in that steak sandwich typically isn't the same as what would be given to me as a gluten-free diner. I still get a bread roll. It's just not the sourdough bread or pretzel bread or whatever it currently is called on the menu. I'm pretty sure it's sourdough, but I don't know because I don't get to eat that loveliness. But I will say that I think that the bread roll that they are using is a delight, and to me is amazing. As a person who's been eating gluten-free for over 11 years at this point, it tastes wonderful. So, and I am appreciative that Disney has it for us. So again, when we went to Trattoria al Forno last night for dinner, we said we need an allergy menu. They instantly gave us an allergy menu. When our server approached us at the table, he said, oh, I see you have an allergy menu. So you have an allergy. What is it? I said gluten. They said, fantastic. He said, are you comfortable ordering off of the menu or working with me on the menu? I was very comfortable with it because we have dined there many times. We knew that most of the menu is actually naturally gluten-free. And our amazing server did say that as well. So we're going to talk quickly about chefs to this point as well. There are lots of Disney groups. I have one myself. We'll put a tag, we'll put the label here, but also we'll put it in the comments for gluten-free dining at Disney. And there are lots of people who participate in it, and it's fabulous. There's over 33,000 people in my group. Lots of people will suggest that you talk to a chef anytime you're at a Disney restaurant ordering food. The reality is you don't always need to talk to a chef. And the way I look at it is if the chef is talking to you, then they're not preparing your food safely or instructing somebody how to prepare your food safely or reviewing the food before it goes out. So I only talk to a chef at a buffet because they are the ones you have to talk to. They are the ones that have to put your food together for you. If you have an allergy that shouldn't allow, anybody with an allergy or anybody that couldn't allow cross contact of other foods coming in, which would be common at a buffet, they are the ones that are going to go into the back and prepare the meals and the items for you. So to this point, if you have celiac disease, if you are gluten-free, if you are dairy-free, my advice is do not eat off the allergy line. If you are trying to avoid certain things because it does overall makes you feel better and a little bit coming in isn't a big deal. If you decide for yourself that you're going to eat off the allergy line, that's great. But I have had some Disney chefs who've been kind of wanting me to eat off of the allergy line, and I just remind them that I have celiac disease and that I cannot have cross contact. So I cannot eat off the allergy line. I was at BOMA with my girlfriends one week and we watched somebody take the gluten-free soup ladle, place it on their plate, push down on the items that they'd already had on their plate, and then spill the soup all over it. This is the very reason that I do not eat off of buffets, because other people touch their food with it. If Disney was putting the food on the plate and made sure to never touch anybody else's food, sure, then I could eat off of a buffet. But that isn't the reality of what is happening. If you have multiple allergies that are complicated, so maybe aren't the top 9, if there's very specific things that are commonly in food and you are allergic to it, you can email special diets in advance. In the past, they have said if you have 3 allergens, then more than 3 allergens, you should email special diets so they can be prepared. Like I said, the common allergens, they're able to accommodate and handle off the fly. But if you have 3, I would call them complicated or more specific allergens, non-common, then email special diets, and I'll put that in the show notes, that email address as well, so that you can have it for the future. I hope this answers some questions. Disney's always changing things, and it's not always exact, and it's not always perfect. But you know what? It is the safest, most amazing place for us to eat gluten-free or with what other allergies that you have. And so we try to be supportive and go with the flow when there's a change, because hopefully that means they're still really willing to accommodate us, but they just need to make a change for their either own liability's sake, which is why they say gluten-friendly instead of gluten-free, which annoys me because gluten is not friendly to me, but I'm trying to let that one go. But if you see something that doesn't make sense, like that your server has to walk all the way back to the front in order to get a gluten-free or an allergy menu, then say something to a manager. The server can't do anything about it. They have to follow the rules and what they're told. But ask to talk to a manager at the restaurant at some point, and so that you can express that concern. I also would recommend writing special diets. So I hope this is helpful. If you have any other tips, make sure to leave them in the comments. If you have any questions, you can leave those in the comments. If you made it this far in the video, I hope that you would like and subscribe. Like the video, leave a comment, and subscribe to my channel. We are growing. We have some really cool trips coming up this summer, and we still have some more places that we will review for gluten-free in the fall. I've taken some trips earlier in the year to Disneyland, and we're going to put up those videos about dining. So I hope that you will stick around and watch them. You hitting the subscribe button and watching the videos would mean the world to me, so I really appreciate it. And when you're getting ready for your next trip, don't forget to pack your pixie dust. Thanks. Bye.